Have you subscribed to Kristen's Nuggets of Knowledge yet? If not, now is the day to get that done. Go ahead, click that red subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you know whenever I put out a new video. And that way you will be a part of the community that is helping to educate on Medicare and of all different types of products that those Medicare eligible individuals may want to look into. So, as you know, we've been talking about long-term care for a couple of videos now, and we're still not done. It is most certainly a subject. And today we will be going over the costs of long-term care. Are you ready to go grab today's little nugget of knowledge? Let's go, shall we? All right, so I have just Google searched cost of long-term care calculator. There are a lot of different companies out there with a lot of different availabilities to be able to calculate the cost of long-term care insurance, especially when it comes to your particular area. Now, I know that I am licensed in Pennsylvania, Iowa, and Nebraska, and other states to come. But I know that my channel has been reaching a lot of different people. So I don't just want to go over or show you the numbers for Nebraska. I want to be able to show you a place where everyone can be able to get to and be able to find the cost of long-term care in their zip code. So the first one I want to show is this AARP. All right, so on the AARP site, what you want to do is come down here to the zip code and just start to type in the zip code. Don't completely finish it, because what you want to do is you want to select from this drop-down box here that will pop up, and you want to choose the zip code from that drop-down menu and click Start. So on the AARP site, I really like this site for one thing in particular is they break down care as far as in-home care services, community services, and residential care services. And they have these really neat adjustment bars so that you can adjust the hours per week that you think you may need for your in-home care services. So remember, if you remember the other week, we talked about the different types of care. If you don't remember that, I will link that video in the description below. So we've got the different types of care, which you can adjust. They start you off at the average number of hours per week that you may need these types of in-home care services. And then, of course, you can adjust your adult daycare or anything that you would like. You just pick this little red dot here and slide it, and it adjusts all the numbers accordingly. So for this particular instance, we're looking at non-residential care. So you are in your home and you have somebody come out, do a little bit of homemade services. A couple nurses come out and help out with bathing or maybe medications. Little things like that, making sure blood pressure and everything is all right. And then you attend a couple of adult daycare classes a couple times a week. So here it adds all of those different services up for a grand total of the $4,128 per month. So this is how much that your in-home care service is going to cost you per month. Now, granted, because we're in home, this does not include, obviously, the cost of how much it's going to be to stay in your home. And then when we roll down here, we see on average the cost of living in this particular zip code. So for assisted living versus nursing home. So assisted living is you normally have a place, an apartment or something like that, and they help out with the more homemaker type services, the more personal services. When your nursing home care is going to be that day-round care of not only the personal side of things, but also the nursing side of your care. So as you can see, there are some pretty high costs when it comes to long-term care. And this here on this AARP site is just for what it's going to cost this year and potentially next year. The other website I'd like to show is especially important because all the time when you're looking at other insurances to help protect, you want to be able to forecast what that care is going to be like in the future. So here we've got Genworth. Genworth has had this kind of calculator going for years. So they have years and years of data to be able to appropriately equate what your care is going to look like in the future. So just like last time, we want to enter in a zip code and just wait for the drop-down box to be able to choose. And you can here change the different ways that you want to look at what this cost is going to look like. And then you can adjust here for the future. So how about we look at somebody who's potentially going to need costs 10 years down the road to be able to estimate that. So right here they have the two different numbers. So we've got in-home care versus home health aid costs. This number is roughly the number that it is going to be this year. And then we've got the rough estimate down here for the 10-year out period. And they do, just like the AARP, kind of break it down into the different classes. So we have in-home care, so you have to make sure that you're considering how much it costs to actually take care of your home on top of this. And then these different communities and assisted living facilities. So what do those monthly costs go into as far as being able to live there and not only just being able to utilize their facility or their services. And then also, obviously down the road, when we need care 24/7, going into a nursing facility, what that looks like for a semi-private room and private room now and then 10 years down the road. So obviously, these costs can be substantial, especially for somebody who has a very limited amount of finances to work with. And there are a lot of different products out there to be able to help protect against these costs. And not only products that just protect against that, but also hybrid products. So maybe it is life insurance that also has long-term care included in it. Or maybe it is an annuity that has a long-term care rider on it, so that you can either use it for income coming in as retirement, or also to utilize it for this type of long-term care. The cost of long-term care can be quite substantial, and you've got to be able to plan for that. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you would like to have a little chat with me and talk about the different ways you can protect yourself against long-term care and the expenses, most certainly, that come with it, please give me a shout. I would love to be able to help you out. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please have a blessed rest of your week. Take care, and we will see you next time. Bye.